Lights, camera, action.
In a studio where local filmmakers talk to other filmmakers about the inside world of film.
Cut.
That's not the script. It. We'll fix it in post. Do you wonder how films are produced and what really goes on behind the scenes? Well, stand by. Filmmakers Kevin Mumphrey, Victoria V.A. Jones, and Carson Hype Ferguson explain all the details. Right here on It, We Will Fix It in Post podcast.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, I thank you for doing so. I am Kevin Mumphrey, and this is We'll Fix It in Post. I am here with my colleagues, Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And Carson Hype Ferguson.
Joe. Oh, there you go.
We're back. We
are back. There you go.
All right, so.
I love it.
Like, I know, like, I saw this like a while ago. Now I'm thinking about like the kind of set time for like a TV show for seasons to be on air,
right,
would be like 4, because like I feel like 4 seasons.
4 seasons,
because you can tell. Like for one, back in the day, that's when you would get, back in
like summer.
No, you
Summer
get
Breeze.
replays. You get the replay.
100 episodes. Syndication.
Syndication. That's what I'm thinking of. Yes.
So it's
4 seasons would get you syndicated.
It also depends on how many episodes a season.
Well,
though.
you know, back in the 90s, you had more episodes. Like, I think you may have had almost 20 back in the 90s.
That makes sense.
Whereas now it's like 8 or 9. But it's also.
But they're longer episodes.
They're longer
though.
episodes, and
right.
you're streaming, so you don't have, well, depending on where you're streaming from, you don't have to deal with ads.
Yeah.
But, we kind of brushed on this on another episode, but we're now tackling.
Well, I mean, technically you did. The commercial break was the ads. And I mean,
thing, so like Netflix, if you're watching the series on Netflix, there's no ads on that. But on Hulu,
yet.
I mean, we're getting there. Oh, that's coming. But hey, we got to pay these bills. So that's coming. But currently, you could watch like a series and not deal with ads. Hulu, Disney Plus, I think the Paramount Plus has ads. I think actually all the rest of them has ads.
Doesn't YouTube? Can't you pay to where you don't get ads on YouTube?
Yes. Yeah, I do have that. So, yeah, humble brag, yes. It's great, by the way. It's great. YouTube is great without it. I forgot y'all had to deal with that stuff.
Whatever.
I've had it with.
Whatever.
Now,
us peasants.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
I wasn't going to say that, but, you
us peasants. It's okay.
I wouldn't
it's
say
okay.
peasants.
I said it for you.
I'd say commoners.
It's all good.
You common folk.
It's all good.
But, hey, you know, I appreciate y'all checking out those ads. So
I appreciate you paying the extra, too.
Ooh, it's getting extra. I saw
on YouTube?
Yeah.
So it doesn't go up every year?
It's like almost 18 now.
I definitely ain't finna get it now.
Like,
I will work through them ads, boy.
Shout out to Netflix.
I will work through those ads, boy.
So,
because I'm a YouTube watcher.
I am too. If the thing gets to 20, I may have to deal with those ads myself. But I ain't even.
It's a different beast too.
At least Netflix let you know, like, hey, bruh.
So YouTube don't warn you? Did they hyping the price up?
YouTube was just like, hey, surprise. Hey.
No, they email him. He don't be looking at them emails.
It's either in the spam email or they're like, hey, bro, just need a little bit more money from you. Just a little bit more money.
Oh my gosh.
But so we kind of diverged from what we're talking about. But we were talking about shows that has lasted for like well over 10 seasons.
Law and Order. How many?
Now the OG show you would think of in this case would be The Simpsons. Like they had literally been on our entire lives.
That's animated though. I'm talking about, you know.
Now there's and yes, a lot of anime because even Family Guy, it's been on well over 10 years.
Oh yeah.
So there's a.
I want to say South Park probably has more episodes than Family Guy though.
What year did South Park come out?
South Park come out?
Yeah, but you got to think their turnaround. They did a new episode a week for like years and years.
Yeah,
but I'm saying
what year?
No breaks.
What year did South Park come out?
2000 and something, like early 2000s.
Then Family Guy come out like
327 of South Park.
What year did it come out though?
Okay, so Simpsons is 7 something. So I thought it was more than that. For whatever reason.
Family Guy's 419.
You looking up the wrong stuff.
Oh, I just need to see the episode.
I said, what year
South Park.
did South Park come out?
See, we on a whole different thing.
And then
97. 97.
So what year did Family Guy?
Family Guy may have. Oh, I felt like it would be like 9.
Really, South Park 97? I thought it was like later than that.
I
guess
thought it
not.
was.
What? No. The first episode was that pilot or whatever. It was like the Spirit of Christmas.
99. January
So
31st, 99.
It actually South Park didn't actually like. They had that first episode, which was almost like a mini movie.
Yeah.
Like it was their version of what do you call it? Where you have like the pilot.
Pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their pilot was like a 30-minute like Christmas special basically.
I got you.
In the Spirit of Christmas, and that joint was like a year, maybe 2 years before the actual series.
Yeah.
Before they landed their deal with Comedy Central.
I think it did so well though. That's probably what, It was probably like a special.
Yo, it did very, very well.
That's probably why they landed,
Well, I mean,
the
like
series type deal.
I think they might have had something already in place, like they had like some kind of like dealings already.
Yeah.
But their whole process was crazy to me, man. Like they would write and shoot a episode a week.
That's decent.
No, I'm saying in a week's time, the episode will be done and ready to go on Saturday.
Yeah,
that's unheard of.
That's determination.
That's unheard of in animation.
That's determination, willpower.
And actually, it wasn't even a full week. It was really like 4 days or something like that.
4 days.
It was like four like.
So there's been like a day to write these.
Yeah, like it was only like a day, maybe a day and a half.
But if you look at South Park, it's just so
You're not watching. It's not like expert animation compared to a lot
not
of
just animation. It's just the writing. Literally, they come up with a subject and they just like put like this, throw some stuff in there.
Well, they have a documentary on it. It's actually pretty informative too about their whole process.
Yeah.
So they would have like these like cue cards where it kind of spread out, and it'd be like current events, and they would like try to weave them in. You'd be like, oh, what can we do today? Be like, oh yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how the meeting went too. They decided just like that.
But and they just, I think, because I don't watch as much South Park, but it's like,
I used
okay,
to
what
watch it a
things are
lot.
culturally relevant? What jokes can we tell? And then
Yeah, kind of
they
like
just
what's relevant,
create a
kind of like the
situation.
Boondocks. So
yeah, and how many seasons the Boondocks have? They may have had 3.
I think it's in syndication.
3. Oh, yep. But you
Yeah,
really don't-
it's less to go in syndication now. It's not the same criteria. But
I just think it's
100 episodes.
they had I don't know if the Boondocks had 100 episodes. Maybe close to it. But I don't know, because the pilot episode was the Tea Party one. Which they recreated or whatever, that had Charlie Murphy and Samuel L. Jackson playing the white guys.
Nope, it's not. It's only 55 episodes.
Oh, well, but that show is so good though.
Yeah.
And the thing with that is like, it's better to have less than more.
When
Because
it's good.
when it's good. And I think part of it is that it's off air. Well, they're not making new episodes. So it's on, because you always hear talk about, oh, well, look, the Boondocks should come back because all this crazy stuff is going on. You'd love to see stories on it. You're not hearing the people. I want to hear the Simpsons take on it. Or like,
but when it's good, it's good.
The Simpsons after the second movie wasn't nothing to call home
second
about.
movie?
The first movie, they started trailing off and it wasn't as good. The second movie, sorry.
Now, have you heard of the term zombie Simpsons?
Yeah.
So
It's very common.
So yeah, it's just
Hey, we collecting a check, man.
they're just collecting. Now, part of it is, well, one thing I kind of learned with the Simpsons when it comes to like smaller market TV stations, like little smaller towns, what they'll do is from Fox, they'll order like a package of Simpsons episodes.
Yeah.
So like maybe 4 or 5 seasons, they pay Fox a certain amount of money. They get to air those anytime they want. So
Yeah.
you would add a Simpsons at a slot where you want you may want to put like some local programming, or you just lost some local programming.
Yeah.
But until you figure that part out, you just throw the Simpsons in there,
Huh.
because people will like it's. I mean, it's basically a zombie that needs to be put to pasture. But
No,
you still get people.
Better yet, better analogy. It is a family member that is on the machine, and you don't want to pull the plug.
You just don't want to pull the plug
because that check keep coming.
Hey, they even with that, like I think they still get at one point where it went down to like 2 million last time I checked, but this was like
You talking about views?
Viewers.
Oh,
But this
okay.
was like early 2000s, so I have no idea.
Well, maybe they ain't got nothing else to do with their time.
But people still it still get a nice, I ain't gonna say nice, but a sizable watch, and it's Fox like brand show.
Right. You got
And
those shows, with different networks. They're just not going to get rid of.
Oh, I mean, it has. I thought it would have been gotten rid of by now, but I just checked. They're renewed until 2025. Here's the thing: when they finally
that's animation though. So you're talking about animation. So go back to the regular shows that are shot on location.
So you always have Grey's Anatomy
Because you can run animation forever, right?
they can never grow.
Not necessarily.
I mean, you can. You find the right voices, and you know what I'm saying.
What like to the AI point, to bring up AI in this, was it James Earl Jones sold his rights to his voice, right?
And so he went to
In
Disney.
Star Wars?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He but they did was they have him go to at Disney, and he just because he's like about 90 now, and they have him say a bunch of stuff, and they fed it to this AI machine, so they have rights to his voice, and they can so when he ultimately passes on, they can still, because I mean you can't mimic. I mean he has a very unique voice, and it's very attached to Darth Vader. It was, I mean, someone even trying to mimic it to be Darth Vader, it would sound kind of off. So they would use AI to basically continue, because I mean, I'll take the mask off. He got a mask. It's the perfect situation for AI.
I mean, he was just a voice actor for the original character anyway.
Yeah, it's a perfect situation.
In fact, to the point to where his voice was known as Darth Vader, and the actual British actor that was like really
I honestly
tall,
don't know who.
it was like a British guy that was really tall, and he got pissed off because more people recognized James Earl Jones as Darth Vader than him, and he was the actual actor in the films. He was really mad about that. And
I get it, but I'm pretty sure he didn't sound like James Earl Jones.
He had a weird kind of deal too. So like he didn't have rights to the character per se. James made a lot more money than he did. So maybe that's why he was so angry.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he's so angry.
Yeah, money was involved. Yeah.
And he ain't getting like.
Yeah, he
Honestly,
probably
I
didn't
didn't know it
get
was a British guy. I had no
near
idea.
as much money as he got.
I mean, like
And he's more replaceable than James Earl Jones.
well, a lot of those Star Wars actors or whatever, there were a lot of British actors in the original, 3 movies, because I want to say it was easier to get professional actors that were British, and I think it was actually cheaper to do that too. Star Wars is like a hodgepodge of stuff. Yeah,
But it's the character. It's just like Kane in wrestling. It's the character. Kane had a mask. There were 2 different Kanes.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the British actors now, not necessarily like the masked Darth Vader actor. Just talking about like how cheap it was to manufacture, because like all that stuff was like piecemeal. It was like it's actually amazing that stuff like came through the way it did. Everybody's like, oh, like the original lightsabers were like the flash tubes from like an old school camera that they got from like Salvation Army of their time.
I don't know what the Salvation Army of the 70s would be, but that is interesting.
Yeah, it was like all this throwaway stuff, man. They just put together.
That's great. I've hardly ever watched Star Wars, so like I know 40% of what you're talking about. Other shows that, so I guess we're not counting soap operas in this because it's
Soap operas are soap operas, though.
But
you can do,
but here's the thing,
you can
it's
do
not,
like 8 episodes in one day filming them.
Now here's the thing. Now it's not. How many of them are left? I know General Hospital. Yeah, I think it's like maybe Days of Our Lives or
Is that
Guiding
the one
Light.
with Victor and Victoria?
Young and the Restless, maybe. I don't know because I have no clue.
Yeah, I only know General Hospital. I know General Hospital because I watched that one.
Days of Our
I
Lives.
knew All My Children because I used to watch that growing up, but that's been gone. They're trying to revive it, but
And the telenovelas.
Lord knows how long those.
I have no clue. I have no clue.
That's not even close to my wheelhouse.
Because I mean, I would watch him with the sound or whatever, and I'd be like,
And I was like, you don't even need the sound. You can tell when
Yeah.
who's in trouble.
oh yeah, like they really got the just the facial.
The facial expression.
Yeah,
it just was like, oh,
You be like, man.
oh yeah, homeboy messed up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he in trouble.
Like, damn,
now.
man.
Oh,
You like,
he definitely cheated.
And then the way he looking at her, yeah, that's the one.
He did it. He did.
That's the one right there.
You already know. But kind of outside of that, so you have your, I guess you say your prime time, your network dramas.
Yeah.
Would be maybe your NCIS, which is that's the one. It's like it just grew into a tree of other shows.
Yeah. How many are there? You got a different units.
Honestly,
units.
I'm surprised there's not an NCIS Memphis. I've jokingly said this, but I've also been a little bit serious. I think NCIS Memphis.
No, I think
somebody,
First 48 messed
somebody
it up
else
for
told.
us.
Somebody told me
Okay.
we did have it. It was called First 48.
Right. I think that messed it up for us. Literally, I don't think they would ever give us another crime show.
I remember the mayor of Memphis came out and asked the show publicly to stop featuring Memphis.
Please.
And I was like, because it was
They approved it though.
it was Memphis, it was
Dallas.
Dallas. I want to say Little Rock started popping up every now and again.
Little
And there was
Rock,
it was somewhere. Was
Cincinnati.
it Miami or was it somewhere else in Florida?
I remember Cincinnati.
It might have been Cincinnati, and then might have been somewhere in Florida. I don't know if it's Miami.
Huh.
I think it was somewhere else in Florida.
Yeah.
Further north than Miami. It's just it's pretty wild though. and then that was really close to around the same time the mayor of Memphis was bragging about getting IKEA.
How long IKEA been? IKEA went in Memphis back then.
No, I'm saying around the same time he complained about the First 48
No,
being
I
on
don't
there.
think. I don't.
Because I remember
What year did IKEA come to Memphis?
I have IKEA.
Look
I
it
don't
up.
remember.
because I want to I may be just mixing timelines here.
You might be.
But I remember the mayor of Nashville and the mayor of Memphis getting in a little Twitter beef.
2016.
Yeah, couldn't been. Cause First 48 when that was in Memphis. What year was that? Years. They were on for. Cause when First 48 first came out, Memphis was one of the main cities on First 48.
I don't know. I'll be watching the marathons.
Yeah.
So whenever I watch that, it's Bar Rescue and First 48.
You know what I watch reruns of? We're going back to animation. Bob's Burgers.
I ain't never seen a whole episode.
I've never seen it. Oh, that was First 48 started in June of 2004.
Yeah, nowhere near IKEA.
And they started in Memphis. Now they have
Yeah, because the first season was Memphis though.
But I'm saying this could be multiple mayors too. But I remember publicly the mayor came out, and I don't know what year that was, and was like, "Hey, can you please stop featuring us?" All you had to do was write a letter or call the producers or whatever. Be like, "Hey,
nah, that wouldn't have been as, because I can ignore that. I can't ignore when the news is going. The
yeah,
mayor,
but public cry though. Come on,
it's hard. You can't ignore the public. cry.
Yes, you can. You be like, ha ha ha! I already got the rights.
Then now it becomes a news story locally, and then it grows.
Yeah, it
to
had
other
to be
cities.
a new mayor because that was the time where Harrington was mayor with First 48.
When it started, yes, it was definitely another mayor.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah,
speaking of First
Mayor-
48, that has 23 seasons,
Well, it's crime.
and I think that's part of the appeal of why NCIS, which their offshoots were, I think they have 5. Yeah, look, New Orleans, obviously Los Angeles, Hawaii, and somewhere else. But the emergence of true crime,
Yeah.
and I I think most people tend to like the documentary version of the real version, but
Right.
also with the NCIS, the fictionalized version,
Yeah,
you can play with it
yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
NCIS already become a brand.
Yeah.
Then they'll take like real situations, make a certain fictionalized version of it. Becomes pretty entertaining.
Huh.
So, and they have over 1,001 episodes currently. Now that's
Which
just
one?
all of them together.
Which
all
one?
The NCISs.
NCIS.
Like you put them all together, then you have 1,000.
But those are crimes. So if you think about like what am I trying to say? Like the I'm gonna go back to doctor shows. Like I'm not trying to say this show, but you know what show I'm talking about.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so
You know.
it's easy to use because there's just will
But
not
but
stop.
what was the other one? The other doctor show that like a lot of the stars George Clooney started, Denzel started on that show. What was that show?
God, it's like the tip of my. But that
ER.
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 How do we not remember that?
So how long was ER? Like how many seasons did ER last?
I feel like not as many as we think.
But it was on
I
for
feel
a
like
long. It was on for a long time though.
It felt like
Forever.
I think it felt longer than that. Oh, never mind. It was 15.
15.
Grey's Anatomy
oh my
has
goodness.
whooped them on that one. They've definitely won.
What is it that keeps Grey's Anatomy going? I know it's the writing. It's the writing. Because when you think when you think hey,
for like 8 or 9 seasons, it does have really great writing.
But you have different writers though.
But after like the 3rd or 4th plane crash, and Grey just walks out of here like nothing happened. Like, wow, I hate that my entire family and friends died. I'll get some new ones next season. Once that happens,
look, literally, this woman's sister died, and magically she got another sister.
Magically another like really. I was done. I was done after. I don't even know there's a new sister.
Really?
No.
And she's not on the show no more.
Them kids are probably grown now.
No, I'm talking about Grey. Grey got a new sister.
Of course she does.
Like 4 seasons ago.
She just said bye. Come on over here, sis.
Literally one died, and like 3 or 4 seasons later, another one popped up.
No, of course it did.
Another half sister.
It's rearing on the point of soap opera.
Yeah. You know, they probably got some soap opera writers in that writing.
Oh, I'm certain they do.
Like, I can see that. That's why when you think, oh, okay, nothing else ain't finna happen. Okay, they finna end this series. And then boom. What?
Like, didn't they blow up the hospital? Like, I heard that they blew up the hospital. Like, the hospital got messed up somehow.
Yeah.
Or there was like a bad storm.
I think it was a storm. So a storm came through and...
So even the hospital died and nothing happens to her. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The last time I attempted to watch is when that little time when she was in a coma and they were like she might die. And I was like, okay, I got to see it. That I've gone through so much. I've got to see this. I got to see it.
Goodness.
And she didn't die. So I was done with the show. I'm done. I'm completely done. But yeah, I love like the first, I would say 8 or 9 seasons. It's great writing. There's like,
oh yeah, the characters were good.
It reminds America that a lot of crazy stuff can happen in the hospital.
Yeah.
Also, you can have a lot of wild relationships, sex stuff, all that. You do all
it
that
is amazing.
Within that dynamic.
That show, the amount of fornication going on in that show with different, like, how can you? I guess I don't know. We need to get somebody on here who really work in the hospital because I want to know for real. I want to know for real. Does that really go on?
I do too. And I know a few nurses. They have all concurred in some of these studies. So get into details and like it's not as bad as Grey, but it happens. Hey, they work there a lot.
I understand that.
So,
but literally, you marry one person in the hospital, then you divorce that person, then you marry somebody else in the hospital. You still got to see that ex in the hospital.
I can't be. See now you just got me thinking like the FedEx hub should have a. That's why I hear that type of stuff at.
But that's a warehouse. I mean, that happens in a warehouse. But I'm just saying, I think it happens in every big. So
that's why I'm starting to think what they do at hospital shows, especially like a Grey's Anatomy. Just take all the crazy stuff that happens at a warehouse and just put a hospital setting on it. and bam, you've got over 20 years of a show. Just we'll pretend like Meredith is going to die just to
She's not
lure
gonna
them
die.
in, and then she's immortal. Apparently, she's
Yeah,
immortal.
that immortal money.
Just let me know that she's a vampire.
I'm just saying that every season they just got approved for the next season. Literally.
Hey, speaking of which, my bad not to cut you off, but
Go
Interview
ahead.
with a Vampire, they're redoing that.
It's gonna
with
be a
Meredith
series.
Grey. It'll be Meredith Grey in it, in the ghost of her mom.
Were
and
they're
sister.
redoing
Look, honestly,
what's the
anything
horror
you
film?
tell me they're redoing, I'm going to believe you.
what's
'cause
the horror film?
They
It's
already
about to be a
did-
series.
They already did Candyman.
No. It's gonna be a series. Freddy Krueger.
You got me Freddy Krueger series.
Yes.
Nightmare on Elm Street, really?
I'm telling you what it is. You looking at me like I made it.
One
Nah.
season.
No, I'm saying like I understand Freddy and all that, but it's just like
I think they're going. Don't quote me, but I think they're going into deeper of how he became Freddy Krueger.
they did that already.
It's a series. It's not the film.
You got to take the turkey and break it in slices.
Slices.
Yes. Ooh,
You need some water.
Hey, look,
probably
Okay.
do.
look, this is where the turkey has been too long past Thanksgiving. It needs to be thrown in the trash.
But you
can.
also
It's-
trying to,
and
you're
I
trying
think
to
it's
introduce
Rob
that
Zombie.
character.
Rob Zombie's
That
doing it.
makes sense. You're also introducing that character. I didn't even mean it as a slight. It just, to me, that makes sense. That's around his wheelhouse. But you're
I
introducing
didn't
a
mean
new
it as a
audience.
slight.
No, I didn't.
It was a slight. I didn't mean it originally, but hey, you take what you get, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So, like, you're introducing a new audience to a well-known character. So you have the parents like, ooh, I used to watch this when I was a kid. I mean, that's
Kind of like it.
probably that too. I didn't watch that.
One and
Look,
two. One and two was already freaky enough. I wasn't messing with the third one too much. Whatever. You got dancing Pennywise. That's just weird.
That is creepy.
It's
Like, that's
weird.
why I didn't watch it. But
It's
again,
weird.
I scare easily. I don't watch scary movies. Seeing a big old clown jumping around dancing, I'm good. I'm good.
Beetlejuice.
I never thought of Beetlejuice was scary, but they're doing.
I
They're
seen the
remaking
trailer of that.
So that's already done.
Yes.
Of course,
I've
that
already
is.
seen the trailer.
Was Michael Keaton attached to that?
Yes. He is playing Beetlejuice again.
Man, he really needs some money, doesn't he?
Hey, they're really going. He may not need it, but it's like, hey,
But
they
but
really need him.
If they remade that, who else is gonna play Beetlejuice?
Like a not so young actor.
But is he-
Captain Jack Sparrow?
Is he gonna be as good as the original Beetlejuice?
Captain
I
Jack
don't know.
Sparrow
I
would
think
be.
he could.
Really?
I think he possibly could. He's one of those actors that
Because I don't think
I would
anybody
be
else can play
intrigued
him though.
to watch it.
Yeah, but nobody could do the Jack Sparrow thing. I think he could have a rendition of Beetlejuice that would be actually really good. And his range is all over the place as far as like his acting chops.
You would at least watch it.
I mean, like,
just to see how.
I mean,
see his
I don't know.
rendition
Think
of
of the weird like kind of deals like Edward Scissorhands, like that kind of stuff.
I think they're
And
they're
I didn't
remaking
know.
that.
I'm sure they are. I didn't even know that was Johnny Depp for years. That Edward Scissorhands. I had
Was
no
he
idea.
in Crybaby too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he had great range. So I probably wouldn't. It's still Beetlejuice. I probably wouldn't watch it. I'd like.
You
watch
never
a
seen
clip.
Beetlejuice?
I've seen it, but
I mean, I was scared of
Dancing
it when I
dude
was
in it.
younger, like when I was little. But when I got older, like I watched
don't-
it, and
yeah,
it's
I don't
something
pay
the
money
the
for people to try to
brilliant
scare me,
movie making that I've seen. Honestly,
and I will take your word for that. So, which one, like a long range, that's still current that you all kind of watch?
I still watch Grey's Anatomy
Why?
because I love it. The writing on it, I love
So
the
you're,
writing.
you're not. There's only
Because
There's only
every
so
time I
much
look
you
at
can
that
write.
show, I'm like, how can they top what they just did? And they do, in my opinion. This is my opinion, okay? They top everything that they just messed up.
You know what you sound like right now?
Who?
You sound like the last person I was talking to when the last 2 seasons of Lost was about to air. And they were like, "Oh, it's gonna be so great this year." And it's like
They're gonna
kept
fix
on,
this.
They kept on bleeding off audience. Same thing
That's
after.
because Lost got ridiculous towards the end.
Grey's gotten ridiculous.
It ain't the end.
When will it? It needs to be the end. But I will say, if they, and I feel like this about the Simpsons as well, if they promote this is the last season, I think they'll get like a huge boost of audience. Because, I mean, there's still nostalgia to it.
Right.
So if they told me like these going to be the last 12 episodes, I'm going to watch. Because it's like, I got to go to the
That's
funeral to make sure
understandable
it's dead.
if it's good.
The Simpsons, I think, would really do that. Grey's, I would really do it just because, again, I got to go to the funeral to make sure you're dying. I got to make sure
They're not going to kill that woman. I'm telling you, they're not going to kill that woman off.
They're going to, I feel like she's going to
Every single
almost die.
time
And
that
she's going to
you
be like, psych.
every single time that you think Grey's is just going to die off or Grey is going to
Oh,
die.
I've given up on that.
Remember
Because they got me
Oh,
they
my
got me a good
goodness.
few times. Every plane crash, I was like, man, they
I have
finally
said
got
this plenty of times, literally. The
She
show
comes back
is
with-
named Grey's Anatomy. That's the
Man, we
name of the
We
show.
don't necessarily
Now, if it was
need
called,
her, though.
if it had like a hospital at the end of it,
Her name could be the hospital at this point.
then the show, literally the hospital is named Gray Sloan Memorial.
Kill her. We've done the job. We can just have new little people that they do every season. Just kill her. I don't even care how they do it at this point. They could just have her walk out the hospital and a rock hit her in the head, and it just goes to black.
No, just hit her with a bus. Hit her with a bus.
People have already been hit with buses on this show.
Hit her with a bus.
It ain't gonna happen.
Here's why I don't want that to happen. Because somehow she's gonna live, and it's gonna piss me off. A bus? Really? She just lived off a bus, like whoo, with new scrubs and everything. They named the bus after her.
Wait,
No.
what's that one movie with Bruce Willis? Was it Unbreakable? She's
unbreakable.
You can spin it off until like she's a superhero or whatever, right? From working in a hospital.
They
all
might,
that.
you know what? You say
I wouldn't even be
but I don't put it past them. Okay, I don't put it past them. Like some sort of new technology that they brought her back. I don't put it. I don't put it
and then
past it.
After that episode, you'll hear Tyler Perry bought the rights to the show.
Wow.
I don't think Chandra Rhimes gonna allow that to happen.
Nah. It was just a thought I had in my head.
Chandra, don't come after me. I didn't say it.
So,
Okay.
I think we're going to end this here. And so, Victoria, any final thoughts?
Grey's Anatomy. I love the show. You know what I'm saying? ER. What else we talked about?
Simpsons,
Simpsons,
Family
SVU,
SVU 3, 4, 5. Just
Law and Order.
Karsten, you have any final thoughts?
Sunny days.
Oh my
This
God.
we know for sure. Can you stand the rain?
Okay, on to me. So,
we
speaking
are
of
bad.
sunny days and rain, it can be a sunny day or a rainy day. Just kill Meredith. I don't care what day you do it. I don't care how you do it.
The woman is gonna
Get her
come back.
Get her struck
got
by
about
lightning.
57.
I don't care.
She got about
With
kill
no
her.
question.
Just kill her. Just kill her, please.
She got about 50 lives, and we on
She
season
is-
20, almost 20. So she only
23. She's got to have gone through all 50 of those.
No, she ain't.
Like, I feel like a plane crash is like 4 lives.
You know, they skipped a couple seasons before they let something happen to her. So
that
they skip a couple of seasons, then something happened to her.
Well,
They
this
skip a
season,
couple more seasons, then they
kill
let
her.
something happen to her.
Kill her. Just kill her. I don't care how you do it. Let her drown.
The show is
Let
named
her-
Grey's Anatomy.
And we can have a nice tribute to
Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah,
Grey's
but
Anatomy.
You said the name of the hospital was Greystone.
Grey Sloan.
Gray Sloan. Okay. All right. So guess what? Gray is not just about her. It's more about the hospital than her. So guess what? X her out. Then you get somebody else in there.
Where you know
You said
she
she got a new sister, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
cool.
go.
Let's just throw that sister.
the sister's not on the show no more.
There you go.
Oh, she's dead too. Of course.
She didn't die.
Oh, she
Okay,
just left.
she just left.
She got wrote
Oh,
off.
She got wrote off.
Oh, thank God. Oh, goodness for her. Because boy, when they write
Hey,
you off,
hey, the father's like, oh my goodness, like everybody dies except for my own daughter.
it's just, whew, boy,
She got written off.
boy,
okay?
you get fired on that show.
No, they gotta
Go ahead.
keep paying the actress, the main actress.
Well, not her. No.
Well, actually, old boy got fired.
Who?
It was long. Isaiah.
Oh no, I'm just meaning when they get you off the show.
They get you off.
Oh,
the
they
show.
got it. They got him off the show.
Yeah,
Well,
here's a whole.
that was a whole other different.
Like we knew he was fired as the show was ending, so it's like it
Like
didn't
we-
hit the same.
like we knew that.
Yeah, I gotta.
But
I'm
like,
sorry, I gotta move on with my life.
literally, like maybe last season or maybe the season before last, they got rid of 3 people just because they had to pay the actress just to keep her on the show.
So they got to kill her.
So
There
they
you
had to
go.
get rid of all these people because they had to make sure that they had enough money in their budget to make sure they kept paying the main actress.
They read the script like, "Hey, shouldn't we have next week's show too?"
But now
Don't
they
read
have
page
now
55.
they have those people come back as guests, so they get paid for every so often episode.
You just got demoted to guest star. Just show up once every few weeks. He said, "Oh, talk about a budget cut."
Hey, can you imagine if you did that like for fast food? be like, hey, we're gonna have you on the fries like a month from now, so just keep your phone on.
We'll get you like June's gonna be here soon, so we'll use you for like 1 week of June. Hey, don't forget, don't do anything in September. We're probably definitely gonna need you in September.
Hey, cause they sure got that scheduling thing down pat. Cause like when they want to get rid of you without getting rid of you, they just like don't schedule you. Give you like 5 hours. What am I supposed to do with this? 5 hours. Like, man.
Oh, he's talking about fast food. Man, look, we getting out of here.
I'm just saying, man. It happens.
Thank you all for listening or watching. I'm once again Kevin Mumphrey, and with my colleague Victoria V.A. Jones.
What's going on?
And kill Meredith Grey, Carson Ferguson.
That was your thing. That wasn't my thing.
I'm sharing. Look, y'all can kill Grey Mumphrey. I'm totally fine with that. Thank
Is
you.
that what you gonna
Kill
name
Grey
the show?
Mumphrey. That's
Oh
literally
my
what-
gosh!
Kill
Don't put my name attached to
episode.
it.
Kill Grey.
Chandra, I didn't say nothing about that. I love Grey's Anatomy. Okay.
Hey, I love Sandra too. Please kill Grey. On that note, that is a wrap.